All of you getting?
Yes, sir.
Okay, thank you. So, I was where I was. So the different wireless communication mediums. Yes or no? So first is
Yes, sir.
microwave, then is radio wave, then infrared, Bluetooth, and Wi-Fi. Yes, so nowadays we all are using the Wi-Fi. But thing is that whatever the wireless medium we are using, that means all are using it in the air medium. Yes or no? So very important to clear. So air is only the medium where we are using all these wireless technologies. Yes or no? But in
Yes,
physically,
sir.
we are having the fiber optic. We are having that means what? That means we are having one is fiber optic means that is made of glass, and another is your made of copper. So here we are transmitting data. So in copper we are transmitting the data in the form of volt and current, and in the glass we are transmitting the data in the form of light. Yes, sir. But here, okay, so here we are using air is only the medium. So in this air medium we are using different wireless communication system. So by using microwave, by using the radio wave, infrared, and Bluetooth or Wi-Fi. Yes or no? So we are using all these wireless mediums to transfer any information services from one location to another location. So previously I was giving the example of what? That means without using the physical communication medium, how wireless communication takes place from one location to another location, or how you are connecting more than one computers each other. So microwave means having some distance, okay, from city to city, your building to building. So we are using the microwave signal. Yes or no? But radio wave. So whenever it requires some city to city or from country to country, we are using the radio wave signals. And infrared, so previously it was very older, that is very less speed. It is very small wireless communication system, that is from a particular distance we can transfer. So from transfer one location to another location. So that is the infrared. Next is Bluetooth. So now Bluetooth everywhere in your mobile devices, your laptop, you will be getting that Bluetooth devices. Whatever the electronics gadgets are coming, all are connected with the Bluetooth technology. Yes or no? So it covers a particular distance. Yes or no? If you will cross that distance, so that device will not work or it will not connect
Yes,
with the computing system. Yes or no? Nowadays we are also using the Wi-Fi technology. That is, with this Wi-Fi technology, we are accessing all the internet facilities. We are connecting all the devices. So that is also one of the wireless mediums. So only for your reference, just I'm telling you, these are all the wireless communication mediums. Any doubt from this wireless communication medium? Any doubt?
No, sir.
Any doubt?
No, sir.
Okay, thank you. So next, we'll discuss what are the elements of. So let me finish another. Next is connectivity devices. Yes or no? So we know that. Let it be. These are the more than one computers placed in different locations, and we are connecting with the physical media. Yes or no? But thing is that how physically the cable. These are the physical cables. How these physical cables are connected. I think somebody is talking there. Otherwise, you mute. Okay. Madam, you just mute your microphone. Here is we are getting lots of noise.
Shiba sir. Shiba sir.
It's coming lots of noise here. I think so.
Shiva sir.
Here is option, I think, to
Sir, mute all.
mute all.
Why will gossip? The class is going on.
Somebody is doing his household work there and he is attending the class like this.
I don't know how you are fetching the students in the classes.
Otherwise, you just mute your microphone. No problem. It's noise is coming here.
Everybody
Shiva,
should
sir.
mute. Mute करना मतलब
पूरा noise पूरा second noise आस्ची तो ना क्यों आस्ची गोटे okay. So when we are connecting the physical mediums within the computers, so most essential, how the cables are connected with the computers, yes or no? So how the cables are connected with the computers means, so we need some connectivity devices. So connectivity devices means we need, what are the connectivity devices? We need hub, we need switch, we need routers, we need that is repeater, we need let it be that means modem, we need so let it be these are all the connectivity devices, because without using these connectivity devices we can't establish any computer network in the building or in the room or anywhere, yes or no? So these are also very essential. This is hub, switch, router, repeater, modem. So these are all the connectivity devices, yes or no? It is all, these are also important. So switch I will discuss in later during the layers of the, so router means this is all the for the routing purpose we are using this router. Okay, for the switching we are also using the switching devices for how to connect more than one computers from a single connectivity, yes or no? Like your extension cord, yes or no? Repeater, what is the basic objective of the repeater? Let it be, suppose one the physical where the cable is crossing some distance, it may be 1 kilometer or 2 kilometer. So after that it loses its strength or it signal, the signal is going to be weakened. So what to do? We are using one repeater. For what purpose? To amplify the weak signal. Whatever the signal it receives the weak signal and it amplifies. Again it passes to the cable. Yes or no? So that's why we are using the repeater. Repeater is nothing but that is the amplifier. Okay. So these are different connectivity devices. Next is rules for communication in the computer network, which is very important. That is the protocol. Okay, it is also very essential because we know that physically we can connect all the computers, yes or no, each other through connectivity devices, through the wire, through the wireless medium, everywhere. But protocol is what? This is the rules for communication. We know that suppose we are saying for sending any parcel or any letter or any information, if as we are using in the postal service, what they are doing, so they are following a standard protocols for the communication. How that means one parcel can be shifted or it can be communicated from the source address to destination address. So that's why your postal system, postal service, they are responsible, they are completely responsible for transmitting or sending one parcel from one location to another location. That means from source to destination. So here, suppose this is the source, let it be this computer is known as the source and this is the destination, and we are communicating the services from this source to destination. So physically we know that we are having the computers, we are having the communication medias, we are having the connectivity devices, but exactly within this connectivity, how data transmissions are going on uh, in the cable, yes or no, or any communication medium. So that's why we are developing some rules for communication. Okay, so that means rules for communication means, so it when it was started, the computer networking started. So IEEE, so they developed one communication standard that is the OSI model. Okay. Oh, that is the OSI model, that is open system interconnected. So that means this OSI model is completely responsible for what purpose? For sending any type of information and services from one computer to another computer. Yes or no? So this is the OSI model. So as we are discussing previously, the computer network means all these physical connectivity components, all are the computer network, because without these physical components we can't establish the computer network. But essential is that once the physical connectivity is there, but how the data transmission is going on, because here there is no physical existence. How one computer will know that yes, I have to send this service to that computer? So that's why we are designing so different set of protocol or the communication rules for communication for sending the data or information from one source to another destination. So that is known as the networking. Okay, networking means the services or the information within the connectivity is known as the networking. So that's why that is the sharing of information and services. Okay, so information means we know that any type of information can be shared within the connectivity. Okay, whatever the information I want to, I can write through any information. But services is very, very important within the computer network. That means in computer network we are having the file service, we are having the print service, we are having the application service, we are having the database service, we are having the message service. File, print, application, database, and message service. Okay, so these are different services we are using in the computer network. Okay, so information and this type of services can be performed within the physical, that means within the computer network. Then after we can say yes, data communication is going on properly within the computer network. Okay, so here I was discussing how these services can be communicated within the connectivity. That's why we developed one standard, IEEE standard, that is known as the OSI model, that is open system interconnected or interchange, we can say. So the open system interconnected means, so from one computer to another computer or source to destination, what? So communication takes place with the help of this OSI model. So the OSI model means what? It is having the 7 layer. That means set of rules and regulation. By using this set of rules and regulation, so data is transmitting from source to destination. So our objective, why we go for the standards? Because reliability or scalability. Yes, at any cost, data can be transmitted from one source to destination in an effective way. Because if you are using this effective way means at any cost, data can be communicated from one place to another. Yes or no? That is our main objective. So here, the OSI model having the 7 layer. Okay. So first is physical layer, then is your data link layer, then is network layer, then your 1, 2, 3 network layer. Then is network layer, transport layer, data link layer, then network layer, transport layer, then your session layer, presentation layer, then your application layer. Okay, so I think transport layer, network layer, which one is okay? All of you getting? All of you getting?
Yes, sir.
Okay, so first is the physical layer, second is data link layer, third is network layer, fourth is transport layer, fifth is
Session layer.
session layer, then presentation layer. I think presentation layer, I think it will be presentation layer, session layer, or I think it is doubt.
No, sir.
Sir,
Session.
first one was correct, sir.
Correct.
First one was
Okay,
correct.
Session, then
session
presentation.
layer.
Sir, what you
Yes,
did
sir.
na
Session
first
layer?
time? That was correct.
Presentation layer, then application layer. Yes.
Yes, sir.
Okay. So these are all the that means the 7 layer associated to the OSI model. For what purpose? So our objective is that when we are sending the data from source to destination, so how the data can be communicated in an effective way, because without lossing of the data, suppose whatever the information we are saying, yes, that will be communicated from the source to destination. Okay, because it is not we are sending the message, we are not sending any information, we are sending the different services, because these are the very most essential parameters, because we are focusing on the files, we are focusing on the print, we are focusing on the applications, we are focusing on the database. So different services we are expecting within the network or within the connectivity. So that's why what we are doing, we are developing the standard set of rules and regulation, that is at any cost there is no chance of losing of the data from one location to another locations. So that is reliability, scalability, and the effectiveness. Yes or no? So at any
Yes, sir.
cost the data can be communicated to the within the connectivity or the source to destination. Yes or no? So that's why
Yes, sir.
the physical layer is there, your data link layer is there, network layer, transport layer, session layer, presentation layer, and your application layer. So again, that means when we are going to install or so we are sending any services or information from source to destination, definitely this system, the source has this layer and the destination has also the layers. So communication is taking place between the lower layer, that is from physical layer. So the data is communicated like this. Okay, so again, from where we are getting these layers, so now again I will discuss in standalone computing system. So standalone computing system inside, what is that? It is the single computer. Yes, and only it provides whatever the services it has, it will provide the service to only the single user who is using. Yes or no? But as it is the multi-user concept or multiple computers are interconnected, and we know that this OSI model is completely responsible for the data transmission. So who will do that? Who is doing this? That means where these standards are written, or that is those are implemented. Yes or no? So like in standalone operating system, like your standalone operating system, we are having the network operating system. That is when we are going to configure the network system. So what we'll do that? So in every computer we have to install the that is the NOS, that is the network operating system. Okay, so network like your standalone operating system, your Windows 98, your XP, like this, whatever the operating system we are using. So for the network environment, we are also using the NOS, network operating system. Okay, so in that network operating system, this set of standard rules and regulations are designed. So these are known as, in different layer we are having different protocols. That means different set of protocols are written For what purpose? That means to work in an effective way. That means whatever the assignment is given to physical layer, so that means the data link layer is not doing. So data link layer, what data link layer is doing? Network layer is not interfering. Because of what? So specific protocols are written in the layer. That means as per the requirement, those protocols are held responsible for doing the task for the effective communication from the source to destination. Yes or no? So that's why what we are using. So we are using the NOS, Network Operating System, for enabling this set of protocols in the form of your layers. Yes or no? Now you have clear. So next is, okay, all of you clear? So before discussing all these layers, if you are discussing all these layers, so that is you are completing the decision data communication and computer network. So before that, we will discuss some terminologies which are also very, very important for discussion, because I will use those terminology for when I will discuss these layers. So first is server, next is client, next is workstation, then we'll use that is client server, then distributed. Okay, so we'll discuss different type of network. Okay, we'll discuss in different type of network. So let it be client server and workstation. Okay, these are mostly used, that is terminology when we are defining the computer network. So server means, let it be these are two computers. Let it be, we can say another computers are there connected. So server means it is a dedicated computer which is held responsible for providing all type of services to the to its connected computers. That means, let it be, suppose I will say this is the server. Okay, these are the clients. Okay, so client means these are the this is also the computer. Okay, this is also computer, and these two computers are connected to this computer. Okay, so as this computer is providing all the services to the connected computer, so that's when it is known as the server. So what is the server? Server who provides the services is known as the server, and client who receives the service or who accepts the service is known as the client. So client always accepting the service, and but server always is requesting for a service, but server always provides the service. So that is known as the relationship between client server. It is always known as the client server. So in client server environment, suppose I will say, what is your computer network environment? That is your client server. Client server means a dedicated server is there. That means all the rest of the computers are connected, or more than one computers are connected to this centralized computer. The centralized computer is known as the server, who is held responsible to provide all services to the connected computers. So these are known as the client. These are known as the client. Okay, so that means how the relation it builds. So client means always requester. Is the service requester, and the server is the service provider. So whenever one client wants to access any information and service, he has to request for a particular service. Those are already that is configured. Yes, this client will access this service, this client will access this service, this client will access this service. So as server is the service provider, he will check the authenticity. Yes, when one client is requesting for a particular service, as per this request, server checks, yes, this service is authorized for this client, and he gives the permission to the client for accessing the particular service. Like that, suppose this client is accessing this A service, this client is accessing B service, so this client is accessing the C service. So as per this configuration, only this client can access B service, this client access C service, and this client can access A service. So accordingly, server is providing different type of services to its client. Yes or no? So this is known as the client service, client server architecture. This is known as the client server architecture. Next is your distributed. This is another term we are using, the distributed server. Okay, so distributed means what? We can say that is the nowadays limited when in your locality, in your building or in your, so we all are using the that is client server. Okay, so why we came for the distributed? So I am giving you one example. So let it be, this is one building. So you are having a multinational company. So you are having a number of offices in different locations. Okay, in different locations, you are having a number of buildings. Okay, so all these buildings, let it be, these are connected with the wireless mediums. Okay, with the satellites. Okay, it is connected, or we can say through the internet it is connected, because everybody knows internet is that taking the vital role for the connectivity from different from the corner of the world. Okay, so here it is one building. So here the different rooms are there, and in different room multiple computers are there. So for this building we are using one server, and this server is connected to all the computers. Okay, again this is another server, it is connected. This is another server, it is connected. This is another server, it is connected. But thing is that, so all this connected all these computers, those are connected to this server. So that means these are completely dependent on this server. So only this server can provide this services to the server. Let it be whatever the services we are providing. So completely we are what, this is the, let it be, application service. So this server only provides the application service to its connected computers. But here is database server. It is the database server, because whatever the work is going on in different corner of the location, so all the data are stored centrally in this database server. So this database server is responsible to access only the data from any locations. Let it be, this is only the print server. I'm just giving you example. This is the file server. So this server is providing services to this. This server is providing to this. This server is providing to this. Again, when I am connecting all these servers each other, so what is the objective? So what I am doing, so whatever the user they are using their regular tasks, they are always saving their data. Okay, so saving their data means, so centrally, as it is the database server, all the data are stored centrally here. Okay, so what is the use of this that is distributed system? That means whatever the data are stored here, so that means one, the replica. Okay, that means the mirror image, it is stored everywhere of the server. So that means if this server fails or it crashes, so that means the data, that means the replica is also available in different server. That means the user can access the information from any location or from the any server. That's why to configure this, to make this architecture, we are using the distributed operating system. So we are using the distributed operating system to configure the distributed server. Yes or no? All of you clear? So this is all about your some components. Next is, we are also using another terminology, that is topology. So what is the topology means? Okay, so topology means what? It is how it looks like. Suppose more than one computers are connected. Let it be you are sitting like this. The computers are connected like this. Let it be this is like this. How those computers are connected? And if you are entering to a room, again you are saying more than one computers are connected, and how it looks like. So that means the physical layout of the computer network is known as the topology. So physical layout, that means how it looks like, that is known as the topology. So as per this layout, we are having the ring topology, we are having the star topology, next is tree topology, next is boss topology, next is mesh topology. Okay, so these are different topologies are available for what purpose? That is to make the structure. So you can say yes, for the identification of the network. Okay, it looks like this, it looks like your star, it looks like your mesh, it looks like your boss, it looks like your ring. Yes or no? So these are different topologies. Yes or no? So ring topology means it is ring like structure. Let it be. So these are the different computers are connected each other, and it is ring like structure. That means if anywhere the cable is disconnected or some fault is there, so there will be no communication from this computer to this. Let it be, here is 4 computer, here is 5 computers. Yes or no? If due to any reason or this system fails, okay, so that means there will be no communication from these 4 computers to 5 computers. So this is major drawback. Again, to avoid this problem, and here in this ring topology we are using the coaxial cable. Okay, we are using the coaxial cable. So with some limitation and drawback, we came to your star topology. So in star topology, what that means we are using, it looks like a star. That way, so what? Let it be one. So this is known as the star topology. So that means we are using a what? Either hub or switch to connect more than one computers. Then data is communicated like this. But once the switch will be, that means if any fault from the switch, then there will be no communication to the star topology. Then we came to the boss topology. So boss is the advance of your star topology. Like this, let it be. This is one room. Okay. Hey, this is one building. Okay, number of rooms are there. So here is the server. Okay. So that means one backbone line is there. So from that backbone, let it be, these are the multiple computers. Let it be 8 number of computers are there in every room. In every room, there are number of computers. Okay. So that means from that backbone, what I will do, that means from that backbone, I will connect all the computers. If at any cost, if here, let it be, this is one switch is there or hub is there. If this hub fails, so that means there will be no effect to another rooms. So because we are having one backbone line through which data can be communicated to each other. So that is the boss topology. Okay. So next is your tree topology. So again, when we are strengthening the boss topology and we are increasing the network size, if we are expanding the network size, automatically we can say that is the tree topology. And mesh is what? It is like this. What? It looks like star, but that means it is the mesh topology. So computers are interconnected like this. Okay, mesh topology means, okay, so computers are connected each other, and that means in this structure it never fails the connectivity. Okay, that means if this line fails, from this line we can access. If this line fails, from this line we can access. So that means everywhere connectivity is there. So it never fails the connectivity in the mesh. But here to configure this mesh topology, it is very, very higher cost, because as we are that means for every computer we need how many connectivity? We need 5 connectivity. That's why for every computer, we need one 8-port hub. Yes or no? Here will be 8-port hub, here will be 8-port hub, here will be 8-port hub, here will be 8-port hub. So to make this structure, for this 5 computer, 1, 2, 3, 4, 5. For 5 computer, for connectivity, we are using 5 hubs. So again, it is very high cost, but instead of using 5 hub, we can use 1 hub to connect to 5 computers in your star topology. Yes or no? So mesh is never fails the connectivity, but it is very high cost in configuration. Okay, so this is all about your physical topology. Yes or no? So topology means that is the physical layout of the computer network. Okay, all of you clear? All of you clear? Okay.
Yes, sir.
Yes, sir.
Okay.
Yes, sir.
Okay. Next, we will discuss. This is all about your physical connectivity of your the computer network. So different terminology we are using, different this. Okay. Next, we will discuss. So whatever things I left, just you can ask the questions. Okay. Now we will came to the OSI model. Okay. So little bit I will touch from the different layers. Okay. Because data communication means because it is essential for us for the data communication, but it happens data communication takes place within the computer network. Then communication is going on from source to destination. So now we'll discuss the protocols of the OSI model or the 7 layer. Okay, which are very essential for the data communication. So for every computer, we are having all these layers. Otherwise, there will be no transmission from one computer to another computer. Yes or no? Again, so first we'll discuss the physical layer. So again, I told you before, that is there is no interference. What physical layer is doing, so doesn't mean that data link layer will interfere. But after completion of the physical layer, data link layer is activated. After data link layer, network layer. After data network layer, transport layer. Then session layer, presentation layer, and application layer. So how it goes like this. This is application, presentation, session, transport, network, data link, and physical. Okay, so the connectivity is like this. So when one user is sending, okay, see, let it be one computer is connected and one user sending one service. Okay, how it works? Okay, so that means application layer always checks whether it is coming under what services, because I have already told you what are the different services we can use in the computer network. Yes or no? So application layer with its protocol, yes or no? Number of protocols are there, like your FTP, SMTP, then HTTP, then your for this internet protocol, but also it is used SMTP, then simple message transfer protocol, then your this is SMTP. Like different protocols are there in your application layer. For what purpose? So they are checking what type of service. Suppose I am sending one file from one computer to another computer. Yes or no? So it is coming under the file service. So here in application service, we are having the FTP, file transfer protocol. So what is doing? It identifies, yes, this service can be sent from one computer to another computer. So how to send, again will come. So presentation means what? So proper presentation, yes or no? Otherwise there will be no transmission. Like suppose you are writing one letter. What you are doing? You are writing one letter. It is also very important that whatever the letter you are writing, so that must be understood by the destination. Yes or no? Suppose I am writing a letter to my child. Yes or no? Let it be my kid is let it be my okay. My son is studying somewhere,
and I'm writing one letter to my son. Yes or no?
What? That means one format is there. What? Dear son. Okay. So I'm writing like this. Dear son, how are you? I like this. Okay. And one sequential is there. Okay. So the sequential means when the receiver will receive the letter, he will able to understand what I am writing or what type of file is. Yes or no? Suppose I will write some abnormal lines to my son. What will happen? Again, he will think that what it is not completely understood. Yes or no? What my father has written this. Okay, so completely useless. Again, he is telling me what father you have sent one letter. It is completely no, it is not understood. Okay, so that's why whatever the file you are sending, it must be a proper format. If there is no proper format, so that cannot be transmitted over the communication medium. So that's why presentation layer is very, very important. That means to think for that, okay, how it will be transmitted. So that's why here we are defining some of the protocols to identify whether whatever the file or service you are sending, whether it is in proper format or not. Yes or no? Next is the session layer. So the session layer means what? That means step by step. One is important. It is different in session layer. We are having first is what? That means accordingly we need more than one computers. Okay, that means session by session. Then we'll identify. Okay. Fourth is transmission. Okay. So what session layer is doing, it is also derived in such a way that what to do? Let it be. Suppose I am giving you one book. Okay. What is the logic behind that? Okay. Suppose I have to send one book to my friend. Okay. So what is the physical that means logic is what is the logic coming behind? So when I'm sending or I'm sending my book to my friend, suppose one of you and came to me and I'm telling you just your name is X. I'm telling X, okay, you are going there, just you keep this book and you just go there and you if you'll find Y, then you will transfer the or hand over the book. Yes or no? Again, I have already hand over the because I know the X knows the Y. Then after it is possible. So whatever things is happening over here, so I have handed over the book to X. Again, I have given the address of Y to X. If X identifies the Y address, then that book is transferred to the Y. Otherwise, what will happen? He will check the address is mismatched. That means this is not the proper address. Again, he is acknowledging me that I have not handed over the book because of what? The address is not properly identified. So here in this situation, communication could not take place properly. Yes, or because without that means the proper address is not being identified. So like that, session wise means first of all it has to access the proper identification. That means the address. Yes or no? Yes, this is the person. Yes or no? It will identify. Then it's connectivity. Then after the data transmission. Yes or no? So first is what?
Address.
Address. Yes or no? Okay. Next is what? Authentication. Next is transmission. Yes or no? So that means it goes on. That means session wise. So first the physical identification is there. Once the address is identified, then it checks whether that he is the authorized person or not. Then the physical transmission is going on. Okay. If that person is not authorized to access that service, there will be no proper transmission. Yes or no? So in
Yes.
every step it is going on. That means first it identifies the source, okay, a destination. Once the destination is identified, then your transmission is taking place. Okay, without that you can't do any operation within the connectivity. So that's why in session layer it is defined. Okay, next is in session layer also we are defining different transmission modes. So different transmission modes means one is simplex, second is half duplex, and third one is full duplex. Okay, first is simplex. These are three transmission modes are available in the session layer. It is defined with the help of your protocol. First is simplex mode transmission, half duplex mode, and full duplex. So what is simplex? So in simplex mode means that is one-way communication. Okay, so one-way communication means you are sending or you are broadcasting one message to all of your team. Yes, the tomorrow is a holiday, or Monday is a holiday because of strike. Yes or no? So that means I am sending to message to all. That means there will be no reply. You can't send the reply. The best example, you are listening the radio, you are watching your TV, whatever the program you are watching, all are coming under the example of your simplex. The same things is happening over here within the computer network. That means in simplex communication, only one-way communication. That means whatever the message you are sending to all your recipient, so the recipient can't send any acknowledgement to you, or they can't give the reply to your source, to the source. So that is coming under your simplex mode of transmission. So these are three mode of transmission: simplex, half duplex, and full duplex. Okay. Next is your half duplex. So half duplex means communication can take place in both directions. Yes or no? That means source and destination. If source is sending some data to destination and destination is receiving, and option is there, yes, you can send the acknowledgement or you can send the reply, but not at a time. Okay, in both direction, but not at a time. That means if the source is sending something, only the receiver has to receive. Once the source is completed its transmission, the destination has to wait. Once it is finished, then after the destination can give the reply or send the acknowledgement. That is the objective of your full duplex transmission mode. Okay, then you can give the example of your let it be walkie-talkie, or in your let it be in the army, or hello like this. So if somebody is talking at that time, you can't give any message, because if you send, that means that will be disrupted. Because if somebody is communicating from one side, so the receiver only they will receive. After receiving, then after they can send their views, or they can reply. Otherwise, there will be no the communication. So communication can be possible in both directions, but not at the same time. So that is known as the half duplex communication. So next is your full duplex communication. So full duplex communication means, so full duplex means, so data communication takes place in both directions and also at a time. Okay, that means in your telephone, in both directions you are comfortably talking with your mobile phones. Yes or no? So anybody is restricting? No. That means if X and Y both are talking each other as source and destination, so they both are talking, that means in an effective way, because it is only possible due to the full duplex mode. We can say this is the full duplex. So data communication is going on in both directions at a time. Yes or no? In computer network also, you can send from one source to destination or destination to source in an effective way with the help of this communication mode. Okay, so that's why we are using different protocols to identify, yes, the communication can possible in both directions at a time. So that is known as your full duplex. So everybody clear? Different transmission mode. So this is all about your session mode. Next is your transport layer. So transport layer means it is the middle layer. It is the middle layer. Transport layer is the middle layer. So it works as what? It is the interface between the lower layer and your upper layer, because these three are the upper layer and these three are the lower layer. These three are the lower layer, these are the upper layers. Okay, and this is the transport layer, is the middle layer. So middle layer means it is the interface between the lower layer and the upper layer. Okay. So these are the rule, whatever these three lower layers are physically responsible for the data transmission. That is the communication, for the physical communication. But these three layers are the implementing layers. Like suppose I am giving the example, let it be in the secretariat or in the that means your assembly. That means once it is the rule passed from the assembly, so physically it is implemented in the lower that means department. Yes or no? Suppose I want to open one office, or I want to open one school in my village. So that means it is coming, the permission is coming from that is upper layer to lower layer. So they are deciding how it will be. Okay, once they are certifying, yes, the school will be open in this village. So in the lower layer, they are executing the task. So like this lower layer, network layer, data link layer, and physical layer. So they are physically held responsible how to transmit the physical data from in the transmission medium. Yes or no? They are deciding. Okay, but transport layer, it is the middle layer. It is very, very important layer who is giving the interface between the upper layer to lower layer. So that's why this transport layer, whatever the assignment the transport layer has, it is divided into UDP and TCP. So it has two sub layers. The transport layer having two sub layers. That is, one is UDP. Two that is the whole assignment is divided into two that is layer or two protocol. That is UDP, that is user datagram protocol, and transmission control protocol. Yes or no? So transmission control protocol, UDP protocol, these both are the transport layer protocols. These are here, these are available in the middle layer. For what purpose? For the effective transmission in the communication medium. Okay, so we'll discuss what is UDP and TCP, because nowadays you all of you had the TCP and you are also aware of this UDP. We are also using the UDP, but where we are using the UDP and where we are using the TCP, it is important. So UDP is known as the user datagram protocol. Yes or no? And TCP is what? It is the transmission control protocol. So nowadays everywhere you will be getting the TCP, transmission control protocol. Then what is the difference between two protocol, user datagram protocol and transmission control protocol? So user datagram protocol is what? It is the connection less protocol, which is user datagram protocol. Because in between two computers, if I am using the UDP protocol, what's happened? That means it only sends the data or information, but there is no acknowledgement. So that's why it is the connection less. Connection less means there is no acknowledgement concept from the destination to source. If there is no acknowledgement, so that means there is no guarantee of sending of data, whether data is sent or not. Like your postcard or email letter you were using in the that means in the postal service. Once you are sending means you drop that letter. That means you are not bothering whether the data is sent or not. But think that the postcard is sent to the destination, but you are not sure whether that postcard has sent or not. So that happening in UDP, but UDP is more faster than the TCP. Why? Because in UDP, data is transmitted from the source to destination. As for TCP, it is guaranteed, it is connection oriented, but is that the transmission rate is less than the UDP, because UDP is not using any acknowledgement service for the data transmission, but TCP uses the acknowledgement, one ACK service in the communication. Because whenever the data is transmitting from the source to destination, that is first it receives, yes, you are the authorized person, again he receives the data and it sends the acknowledgement. That means the time is taken, suppose when A to B, let it be, I want to send the X packet. So when A sends the X packet, this is the packet, this is the source address, and this is the destination address. So this packet is sent in this communication medium. So it passes. So when B receives the packet, so it checks, yes, source address is A and destination address is B. The B checks what? Yes, the destination address is B. So it matches with the destination address and it receives the packet. After that, it will send the acknowledgement. That means when the packet is sent to the B, one timer T1 is recorded. So timer T1 is received when the data is sent, and when the packet is received, the timer T2 is recorded. That means when it is recorded, when one acknowledgement is again received from the destination to source. Okay. So that means to send the data, it taking some time. When it receives the data, receive the acknowledgement, again it receives the time. So that means the total time is what? T1 plus T2. The total time is what? T1 plus T2. Okay. But here UDP only the time is what? What? Only the T1. So that's why it is the faster communication than your TCP. Yes, TCP. But TCP is reliable, connection oriented, and guaranteed transmission protocol rather than your UDP. But for faster transmission, normally what we are using, the UDP transmission protocol. All of you clear? So UDP and TCP both are used in your transmission layer protocol. Okay, all of you clear? Okay, next we will discuss about the network layer. So network layer means, okay, here we are using the IP, Internet Protocol. Okay, so network layer means when the network size is very big, okay, it decides what? Let it be more number of computers are there, more number of computer independent networks are there, because we are not communicating within the room. We are not communicating. Our limitation is not the room, not the building. Not that means multiple buildings are connected, multiple cities are connected. So when we are increasing the size of network strength, that means network layer is held responsible because it configures the router, it configures the switch, everything it is configured with the network layer. That's why IP protocol is used. The IP protocol is taking the vital role in the network layer because it identifies the computers or the source and destination through this IP address. So these are configured in the network layer. That means we are configuring the switch, we are configuring the router, everything, because we are strengthening the network size. Okay, so as per that, we are using the network layer. Then data link layer. So data link layer, it is next to the data link network layer, and in between it works the physical layer. So network layer means also the the data link layer. So data link layer is divided into two sublayer. One is MAC sublayer and another is your LLC sublayer. So MAC sublayer means media access control and LLC means logical link control. Okay, these two sublayers are used in your data link layer. These two sublayers are used in your data link layer. So in MAC, we are having number of protocols like contention, CSMS/CD, CSA, CSCD. Okay, then your contention protocol. So different congestion protocols we are using in MAC sublayer. And LLC sublayer, we are also using different protocols, logical link control. Once the link is established, how you will identify or how logically it is being controlled for sending operation. That means let it be, suppose you are driving. Suppose I am sending one parcel and one parcel back, or the postman is received the packet and he is now going to the a particular address. So he is using one motorbike or whatever things. Again, whatever the carrier he is using, again he knows how to control the carrier signal. Yes or no? So when the data is transmitted physically, so first of all thing,
in physical transmission, one is physical, one carrier medium is there and one data is there. So data is transmitted within the carrier signal. So carrier signal, if carrier signal fails, that means there is no way to transmit the data to the destination. So that's why the logical link control, it takes the responsible how effectively the data will be transmitted in the physical medium. So in physical medium or physical layer, they are completely responsible for what purpose? The transmitting to convert different, that means code conversion. That means Manchester encoding, different encoding schemes, your PCM, different encoding schemes are used because finally data is transmitted in the form of voltage current or wireless medium. So for voltage current, who is responsible? Because we know that in physical medium, the data is transmitted in the form of voltage current. But whatever the data is communicated within the computer, it is in binary format 0 and 1 form. So how it will be converted into the physical medium? So through different encoding schemes, we are having the PCM pulse code modulation. We have different Manchester encoding scheme, different Manchester encoding scheme. So all these are available in the physical medium. Okay. So then data link layer is there. So because these are all these 7 layers, it has different assignments to complete the task. Okay. Because we know that data has to physically communicate within the physical medium. So physically we know that data is because it is made of copper or it is made of air or made of glass. So how the data will transmitted in the form of voltage current or light wave or in air medium. Okay, so that's why physical layer is completely responsible to convert those data from the binary form to in your corresponding form. Otherwise, there will be no transmission in the physical medium. So that's why different encoding schemes are defined in the physical layer. Then your data link layer has the media access control and logical control layer, logical link control and media access control. In media access control, we are having different that means contention. We are having the CSMS/CD, carrier sense multiple access collision detection, because collision is there because multiple data is transmitted. So how we have to design some protocols, there will be no hamper or there will be no disturbances for the communication. There will be no collision. If collision is there, then how to I can reset. So that's why different protocols are designed in the data link layer. Okay. So these are all about your layers. That is the OSI model are designed. Nowadays we are using the that is TCP/IP layer. TCP/IP layer, transmission control and internet protocol, because we are combining this transport and network layer into only one network layer. Okay, and we are combining all this presentation session is one application layer. So without having 7 layers, we are having 5 layers in the transmission control protocol and IP layer. That means in TCP/IP layer we are using the 5 layer, but in OSI model we are having the 7 layers. These 3 layers are combined to only one, that is application layer. So in TCP/IP, how many layers? 5 layers. One is physical layer, data link layer, network layer, transport layer, and finally your application layer. All of you clear? Okay, so this is TCP/IP layer and this is your OSI layer. OSI model, this is TCP/IP model. So this is all about your data communication and your computer network, because it is a huge that is the what course, because it normally took how many it takes that is 30 classes to cover. Okay, so I just that means I discuss only in 2 classes. Okay, so whatever the doubts you have, you can discuss with me. Any doubts from this data communication and computer network? All of you, you can unmute your microphone. You can ask whatever the doubt you have, because again it is very difficult to complete all these things. Anything I have left, just you can ask me question. Any doubt? Any doubt?
Sir, UDP and CP. UDP,
UDP and TCP.
user.
User datagram protocol and transmission control protocol. So
Protocol.
again, you want to know what is the difference between that?
Yes, sir.
Like your registered parcel and your speed
Audiobook
post.
post.
So in registered parcel, you are dropping the letter. You are not thinking about, because you are not getting registered parcel with what is that acknowledgement system? Yes or no? So if you are that option, you are activating that option. That means once the parcel is developed at the destination, again that recipient what he is doing, he is filling that form. Again that form is coming back to the source. So that is known as the TCP. Yes or no? But in UDP there is no such acknowledgement system. So that's why it is the connection less protocol, UDP, but it is faster. Yes or no? But in TCP there is acknowledgement process, because what? For the reliable transmission, for the guaranteed transmission, we are using the acknowledgement concept in the TCP protocol. So that's why that is the basic difference. For your any faster transmission, we are always using the UDP transmission, UDP protocol. Okay. For service, let it be message service, mail service, we all are using the UDP transmission. Yes or no? Wherever we need any acknowledgement, we are receiving the, we are using the TCP. Yes or no?
Thank you, sir.
Any more question? Any more question?
Sir, CDMA, GSM.
GSM?
GSM, CDMA.
CDMA. So it is
And
the
5G.
code division. Okay. CDMA means code division multiple access. And GSM basically we are using the previous cellular technology. We were using the GSM technology. Here GSM means there will be no broadcast. That means there will be no we can say broadband concept. That means there will be no multiple transmission within that communication. Whatever the GSM technology, we can't access any multiple services to your source to destination. Only you can access one type of services. So previously you'll be knowing that. So in previous telecommunication, we were only accessing the cellular concept. That means only the communication. You can only use the voice communications. Okay, we can access only the voice communication. But nowadays in cellular technology, you can access multiple services. Like you can send the multimedia services. You can send your internet services, everything. But previously it was not possible because of the single mode that is communication. Only it was possible the voice communication. Without that, there will be no multiple services you can avail by using this GSM technology. That's why to avoid this technology, we introduced the CDMA concept. That is, by CDMA concept, we can use the code division multiple access. That means it is converted to multiple codes. That means independent codes. So that means multiple services can be distinguished with different code divisions. So multiple code can be accessed through the multiplexer. That means like your multiplexer. In multiplexer, what's happening? Multiple signal can be passed in a single communication media. Yes or no? So multiple services can be transmitted in the single communication medium. So it is the main objective. That means from the destination to source, multiple services can be transmitted. But in the GSM, only one transmission it was happening. Yes or no? So that is the main objective.
Yes.
Any more
5G,
questions?
sir. 5G.
Yes. Okay.
5G.
5G. So it is the generation. So as per the generation, first it is that is the first generation, second generation, the second, third generation, fourth generation. Nowadays we are introducing the fifth generation because of what? Like your computer technology. It was first started with first generation computer, second generation computer, third generation, fourth generation, fifth generation. So as per the generation, that means it is the completely technology based. So technology means that means whatever the in generation, so faster communication, it was not there, not reliable communication. The computer was in big size, so communication is this. So accordingly, depending on the faster communication and service. So how many number of services can be accessed in this generation? So that means devices also changing and technology also changing. So in whatever the 3G service, that means in the 3D technology, third generation technology, your mobile devices we were using, so you can't use in the fourth generation. In fourth generation, whatever the devices we are using, that can't be used in the fifth generation. Also, the communication that means technology. Whatever the operator they are using, the signal is also very faster. Okay, so it varies the signal to signal. Whatever the signal is uses in the 4G, it is not used in the 5G. But you can't use in the 5th generation, you can't use the 4G speed. You can avail the 4G speed, but the devices you can, the 4G devices you can't use in the 5G technology, because the lower version cannot be used in the higher version. The higher version devices can't use in the lower version technology. So that is only the generation depending on the faster service of the transmission. Okay.
Sir, actually now we are using GSM, na?
Yes.
Now we are using GSM, na? GSM technology.
GSM. Yes. Yes.
You said before it was, na?
No. Now basically GSM it was previously used, but it is completely code division multiple access. Now we are using the code division multiple access, not GSM. We are telling the
before
SIM.
it was,
SIM is
sir,
the
before
GSM SIM.
before it was CDMA, na? Code division multiple access.
Before it was GSM.
No, CDMA, na, sir. First time,
Yes.
first time when mobile was launched, that time CDMA mobile was came, na?
No, CDMA came with the because when GSM was there, we could not use the that is multimedia. Was it possible for sending any multimedia that means photos or videos? Was it possible?
In CDMA also not possible, na?
Not possible, but the technology came with access for the multiple services. That's why
Sir,
code division
actually
concept came.
in CDMA handset, there was no new SIM slot. Means you can't change any SIM.
No,
In CDMA
that
handset.
is for that was designed for a specific purpose. Specific purpose, but multiple SIM cannot be used because of what? They were strictly specific technology. But yes, we can use for this service only to avail. So if you will use this service, so that company will provide you multiple services on that medium. Okay. So no other signal you can avail. So that's why they were we can say that is the lease rate. So only you can use that lease line to avail multiple services within that with different code divisions. Okay. Any questions?
Sir, FTP.
File transfer protocol. Okay.
Yes.
So I'm giving you the example. Let it be simple transfer protocol. You are writing one mail to your office. Okay. So when you are writing the content, the draft within the text box, you are writing. Okay. So whatever the text simply you are writing, that is the simple message mail transmission protocol, SMTP. But if you are attaching any file, okay, and you are sending, so at that time FTP is responsible for transferring the your that particular file. So FTP and SMTP. Now clear? Any more question?
How whole file will be transmitted, sir.
Whole file is transmitted. That is the responsible, that is who is taking the file transfer protocol is taking the responsible. Because if you are sending the Word file, you are sending the Excel file, you are sending the PowerPoint file, again the destination also they are receiving the same file. Yes or no? There
Streaming,
is no
streaming.
mixing of Word file, PowerPoint file or any Excel file. Whatever the file you are sending, the same file is transmitted and the receiver is receiving the same file.
So
Yes or no?
no reassembling is required like TCP, sir.
No. So that's a file transfer protocol is responsible. But in simple
WL.
mail transfer, if you are writing any content, okay, again you are sending, then again it is problem to at the receiver side. So that's why receiver side also we need the SMTP, simple mail transfer protocol. Any other doubt? So for doubt, you can also WhatsApp me in my number. Okay, this is my number. I think I have also given you. For during your class or any problem you are getting any problem, you can WhatsApp me in this 98610 48742. You can WhatsApp me or you can send the mail. Okay, this is my mail ID also. So any doubt?
सर सीडीए में सर ये जो कोड डिवीजन मल्टीपल एक्सेस ପାଇଁ को सर बही टिके फॉलो करिया
Boy, tell me कौन बही?
डिवीजन मल्टीपल एक्सेस
माने से कहउचंदी कि सीडीआई में
बुक
जो
रेफरेंस
कांसेप्ट अछि बुक रेफरेंस कोंतो
को बुक रे अछि?
माने
नो
नहीं
सर
को बुकटा
रेफरेंस
बेटर
रेफरेंस
को बुकटा बेटर
Oh, you need the reference book.
यस सर
So nowadays, because in the Google is completely open for any type of doubt, you can access from the Google. But thing is that if you want to refer the book and you can access, that is one very interesting book is that is Tenenbaum is not there. For the data communication, one Gupta book is there. Gupta and Gupta, that is PHI. Okay, it is clearly written, or you can access one more book, Tata McGrail. That book name is one Tata McGrail book is there. Very good book. That is for the data communication and computer network. I am not remembering properly.
You can ask me later.
In the Google you can write, you can get lots of, for any doubt now Google is very open. For any doubt for CDMA, all these things you type, you can access. Okay.
Okay sir, okay.
Still any doubt, you can give me. I will give you. That means all this. I will clear your doubt. Okay. You can contact in the WhatsApp or you can also mail me. Okay.
Okay.
Okay, sir. Thank you very much. Now we come to the end of this session and we will again join you. I am giving you 5 minutes break and after 5 minutes we will again join. Thank you.
Thank you so much.
Thank you.
Thank you sir.
Thank you.
Question.
Multiple choice
Definitely.
Thank you sir.
Thank you. And yeah, I will give all the possible questions. That means objective type questions and multi-choice questions. Then the office will circulate to all of you. Okay. Thank you so much.
Good morning, everyone.
Good morning, sir. Good morning, sir.
Very good morning. I tell myself Ashish Kumar Sahu, and today I'm going to discuss about topology and its types and networking types. So we shall start now. So what is a topology? We shall first know what is a network.
Sir,
Network
actually,
means
the last one means previous session we have discussed, sir, these things.
previous section.
Previous session, sir. Last session.
Last section we have discussed about
Topology. These are
we have discussed about networking devices, I think.
topology also, sir.
Just a second. Sir. Huh? Who, sir? So actually in the previous class, I have discussed about transmission media and networking devices. Is there any other teacher who have discussed about the topology? Hello, can you listen to me?
Yes, sir.
Actually, I have not discussed topology. Is there any other teacher who have discussed topology? Because in the previous class, my previous class, I have discussed about networking devices and communication channels like wired and non-wired medias.
Sir, the first session we have started today.
Oh, acha, acha. Sure. Oh, ठीक है. Okay. Let me discuss. ऐसे तो मुझे पता पड़ी चली गई हमर सर जो पढ़ौतले पूर्व टोपोलॉजी वेब सर्विसेज पढ़ै छथि Okay, sir. Okay, so the session is cancelled for today. Thank you very much. तांकर एक्चुअल थिला SQL.
ये करें और भी लोग भी आगे
हाँ.